Hello everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for clicking to watch this video. If you're a lover of soft and yummy cakes like I am, then you are in the right place because today I'm going to be showing you how to make the perfect soft, fluffy vanilla cake without an oven. For this one, you can bake with an oven, you can choose to bake without an oven. This is the kind of cake recipe that absolutely anyone can recreate. Even if this is your first time ever of baking, you're going to bake this cake and you're going to bake it perfectly. So let's get right into it. So the first ingredient we have here is all-purpose flour. You can use cake flour, but I'm going to be using all-purpose flour for this recipe. Our next ingredients will be the sweetener. We're going to be using sugar and of course some milk to add the moisture and rich taste to this cake. You can use any kind of milk that you want to, but I'm using full cream milk. Now I have some margarine, and feel free to use butter in place of margarine. That's fine. You can use butter in place of margarine. I also have eggs, room temperature eggs. The eggs are not cold. And of course, I have my rising agents, the baking powder and the baking soda. They work differently. The baking powder is going to help your cake rise at the same time, making sure that there is still density in the cake. Whereas the baking soda, which is slightly more active than the baking powder, it's going to help the cake rise at the same time incorporating air and making it more fluffy. And of course, we're making a vanilla cake, so I'm going to be using vanilla as the flavoring for this cake. So in order to make the cake, I'm going to combine the margarine and the sugar and I'm going to mix thoroughly. It's okay to use a hand mixer for this. You can use a stand mixer as well, but we're trying to do everything. We don't need any extra equipment. We're going to be doing everything manually, and this doesn't even take a lot of time. So you just have to mix the margarine and the sugar for them to come together perfectly. This should take about 3 to 5 minutes. And now I'm going to add the eggs. I added 2 eggs. I'm using 2 eggs for this cake recipe. And after that, again, I'm going to mix thoroughly. And please, it's okay to use margarine for your cake. You can use butter as well. Whichever one you can lay your hands on, feel free to use that one. You're going to get really good results at the end of the day. Now I'm going in with some milk. I'm using full cream milk. You can use any milk that you have, and that's fine. I use full cream milk, or even if you don't have liquid milk, you can dissolve milk powder. You can dissolve some milk powder and add that. So I added the vanilla as well, and after that, I'm going to continue mixing. This process does not take time at all, but it involves a lot of mixing because you want all the ingredients to combine perfectly together. Now I'm adding my dry ingredients, which I talked about earlier. And please, if at this point you've not subscribed to my channel, please do so. And don't forget to hit the notification bell as well and hit the like button. It's going to help this video get more recommended to people. So continue mixing until you get a batter that looks like this, a smooth and gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful looking batter like this. See, it's very easy to make cake, very easy. You just have to get your measurements right and you have to mix your batter very well. Those are the secrets for me when making cake. This is a vanilla cake and it's you can make this in no time. So please do recreate this recipe. I would like to see your recreations. I would like to see what you think about this recipe. But me, I assure you that you're going to really like this one. So mix the batter thoroughly, making sure that there are no lumps, no air bubbles and all that. So moving forward, I'm going to go ahead and grease my baking pan with some margarine. I'm using a shallow baking pan for this recipe. Feel free to use a deeper pan, that's fine. This one is a shallow pan and all I'm doing here is to grease with margarine. You can also use baking paper. When you're using baking paper, you don't have to use margarine at all. And some people go ahead to sprinkle some all-purpose flour to the pan after applying margarine. That's also very okay to do. So now all I'm going to do is to transfer the batter into my baking pan. And another thing is that you can use any shape of baking pan. I'm using a round pan, a shallow round pan. So feel free to use any pan as well. And you can even make this in muffin style. So it's an all-purpose cake batter that we just made. So feel free to use any pan of your choice, mini pans, round pan, square pan, feel free. And having air bubbles in your cake batter is quite common. So when you're done transferring this into your pan, go ahead and tap this on your surface to get rid of air bubbles. So to the really cool part, I'm going to be baking this cake with a pot. Yes, you heard me, an aluminium pot. That's what I'm going to be using. So get any aluminium pot you have, and what you're going to do is to simply sprinkle anything that you know will help heat get absorbed easily. So I'm going to be sprinkling some salt. You can use sand, you can use gari. Yes, I've used gari before. So when you're done doing that, spread this on the pot very well. This is not going to affect the taste of the cake at all because you're not even coming in contact. So it's just going to help heat get absorbed very well. And after sprinkling the salt, I'm going to place a rack. The rack is going to give a little space for heat to spread perfectly. And after that, I'm going to cover the pot and allow to preheat for about 5 to 10 minutes on medium heat. And once that time elapses, go ahead and gently place the cake batter on top of the rack. And you're going to cover this and allow to bake for about 35 to 40 minutes on low heat, please. And this is what we have. It's so easy to bake a cake. Yes, you can bake literally any kind of cake with a pot in the comfort of your home using the right ingredients that I just showed you and the right method. So after baking your cake, it's very easy to know if the cake has been properly baked. All you have to do is use a wooden skewer like this. Use a wooden skewer and pass the skewer into the cake. If it comes out clean without having any butter stuck on it, then you know that your cake is perfectly ready and ready to be enjoyed. One thing I really love about this cake is how simple it is to make. Like, you don't need any equipment at all, so you can bake this anytime at all. Okay, so the cake came out really soft, came out really fragrant, really flavorful, very sweet, very fluffy. All the good things you know that you could use to describe a cake. Yes, that's how this cake came out. I mean, look at how the knife is passing through the cake. So, so good. So I need you to recreate this recipe. With this, anybody can become a baker. So please do make sure you recreate this recipe and let me know what you think about this recipe. And I have amazing videos for you on my channel, so please feel free to go through my channel. I have other recipes that you might find helpful. Okay, see how the fork is just, cutting through the cake. That's to tell you how soft and fluffy this cake is. So please do go through my channel. Thank you so much for coming this far. Thank you for watching my video, and I'm going to see you in my next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.